So hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to speak truth today, whether it offends people or not. Oh well, we're looking out for you, and the truth is still the truth. So before I get started talking a little bit, I first want to say thank you so much to Jeremiah Babe. If you have not checked out his channel, I follow several different I call them financial channels. I mean, they don't necessarily claim to give you financial advice, but they do give their perspectives on a lot of things going on right now. And Jeremiah gave a incredible shout out to me and our channel the other day. So I want to thank him for that. I appreciate all of the things that he said, and I welcome you guys to go check out his channel and just follow along. He typically puts up a video almost every day, and it's just nice to listen to somebody speaking truth and giving you information. A lot of the information he gives you, guys, is straightforward out there, and he has just got a really good perspective on what people should be seeing, feeling, and doing these days. So I kind of feel like I might get a thumbs up by him today. I feel like even my own grandmothers are going to be like, yes, yes, yes. So thank you, JB. I appreciate all the kind words that you said. And guys, go check him out. I'll put a link down below in the description to his channel. I've talked about him before, and several other really good, awesome gentlemen that I follow here on YouTube. And good people. So here's the thing, guys. I'm going to talk about this, and I want to say, and you should already know, it's so silly to have to do this. First of all, please don't get offended. Don't get triggered. Do what works best for you, your family, and your farm. The subject that I am about to talk about, that I'm very passionate about, and I have actually talked about this off and on my channel for since the beginning, because again, there's a lot of misconceptions out there. I don't think I'm necessarily old, but I'm kind of older than a lot of people that are really awesome on YouTube. I'm kind of one of the old girls. That is okay. And fortunately, I was blessed to grow up in 5 generations. If y'all watched Ruby from, what is that? They're called the soft underbelly, Ruby, that's up in Kentucky, not far from where James is from. And I love her so much because she talks about her 5 generations. She's got 5 generations. I think the individuals that were able to experience things like that with grandparents and generations and elders and people around us, I think, we get kind of slapped back a lot in terms of goals and reality and dreams, because the older generations had to work so desperately hard, and still do. Still do, that they want you at all times to be doing the best that you can to make sure that you have some form of security. Okay, it's not that I can hear my grandparents or whatever saying, "Are you sure you want to do that? I'm not sure that's a smart decision. I don't know." And as growing up at times, being a young person or a younger generation, we're going for our dreams and we're doing all of these things. So I'm not telling you to not have your dreams, and I'm not telling you to not have goals, but I am going to sprinkle in what I think a lot of old school thought is on the subject that I'm about to talk about. And I also understand that not every scenario is the same. So it's impossible for me to talk about in a few minutes everybody's potential scenario. Okay, so please know that I understand that. But point blank, please, if you have a job today, even if you hate it, try your best to do everything that you can in your power to hang on to that job at least through the rest of 2023. Hear me out. People are losing their jobs. We've talked about this. You see it. You know it. You know what the economy is. You know what inflation is. I shouldn't have to say a word about any of that, okay? You know that y'all are smarter than me. You know. But I also know that there's a lot of people that think that I don't know if they think that we are living in 2018, 2019 still or not, but I'm here to burst the bubble and tell you we're not. And if we go back to an era where we feel that good again, it's going to be a long time, I think. Now, I can't predict the future, and I'm not your mama, so just know that. I understand all of this, so I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes, but here's what I do know. I've been in this position before where I lost my job. I've also been in the position of the temptation of, should my husband quit his job and we just do, what we're doing full time? And I'm going to tell you right now, had I not, in my personal opinion, had I not been convicted to get out of debt and save money prior to my job loss in 2008, my family would have been bankrupt. I've said this on recent videos several times, okay? We were, by the grace of God, prepared. That's the only way we made it. I'm not going to make any bones about it. Even with my husband having a good full-time job, you all know the cost of having a family, having a home, having 3 kids, having a car payment, all the other things that we had. I realized that we could not live that way, okay? So I couldn't just come home and be a stay-at-home mom because I hated my job. We had to have a plan, and our plan worked. So if you want more details about that, I can do it, but just know I've spoken about this on several videos. Here's the next thing. If my husband and I had been doing farming full-time and YouTube full-time in our situation only is all I'm speaking about. Several years ago, my husband, if you don't know, my husband fell immediately, very quickly over several days, very ill into heart failure due to a viral attack on his heart. Unforeseen, unpredicted, happened out of the blue. After that, several months after we were going through that, keeping him from trying to get a pacemaker and going through everything, the hospital bills, the hospital stays, the doctors. He was in therapy 4 days a week, all the things we went through. Not long after that, once we kind of climbed up out of that a little bit, my husband became a diabetic. We've climbed up out of that. That was in 2016. Let me tell you right now that had my husband not had a good job and had been smart enough to save almost all of his vacation and sick time, because that's what he does, and he does it even more now because of what we've been through, and we didn't have a little bit of a nest egg, with all the medical bills that hit, we would have been bankrupt. I'm just saying this point blank, honest to you. My husband works full time and is doing very well. My husband has had the same job for going on 21 years and has no means to quit or stop. We're going to work. People are losing their jobs. I just spoke with my oldest son, 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, and I actually encouraged him to get an extra side hustle. So if you're here on my channel, I'm not going to be a person to coddle dreams. I'm going to be an individual to say, hold on to your dreams and do what you need to do to make your dreams work. But you have to have security too. And so I am encouraging you, especially in a downward economy, which is putting it nice in terms of what I feel we're in right now. You're going to have to just buckle down and go, okay, this is not what I want to be doing right now. I've been there and I've done that. This is not what I want. I don't like my job. What can I do about it? Well, I quickly realized that I couldn't back before 2008. This is actually 2005 and 2006, which prompted us into 2007 into selling everything that we owned, got completely out of debt, downsized our home, paid off our car, paid off our school loans. And I could have quit my job at that time. I absolutely could have. But you know what we did? James and I looked at each other and I told him, I said, I'm going to do my best to work for another 12, 18 months, and I'm going to put away every dime that I make. We're going to only live off of your income now for the next 12 to 18 months. We're going to see if we can do it, and I think we can, but let's see what we can do. And in the meantime, I'm going to put away every dime that I make. That is exactly what we did. And do you know, like I've said before, so that all became into full fruition Valentine's Day 2007. In May of 2008, after we had sold and moved and done all these things, I lost my job like all kinds of you did too. And you know what? We made it. It wasn't fun. It wasn't great. It wasn't exactly what we wanted when we wanted it, but we knew we were going to be okay. fast forwarding, because I know a lot of people ask me, folks, I was raising my kids and homeschooling my kids and had a homestead and moved to a farm before I ever had a YouTube channel. Okay. I'm a homesteader, a little mini farmer. I'm a homeschooling mama, and I'm a wife and try to take care of people in my family. All of these things before I am a YouTuber. Okay. And I can do these things because fortunately my husband was able to continue to work and hold on to his job, even through his issues with his health, because he had really planned and really been good with his time. We were able to make it through. I don't want people out there to not understand what we are facing right now, what I feel we are facing, and what most people are telling you that we're facing. So my advice to people that are asking me, should they quit their job or whatever? Okay, now listen, let me say this much, because I don't want to make this too long of a video. I understand there's situations where people are ill. We've been there. I understand where there's situations where people want to raise their kids and homeschool their kids and do different things like that. I understand that. Maybe you're a caretaker for your grandmother. I get all of these things. I'm simply saying, please do the serious math and don't just make a decision on a whim. I personally believe that it would be better for individuals to work right now as much as they physically can, because we cannot predict what's coming down the road in 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years. Yeah, good things can happen to people, bad things can happen to people. Nobody knows. But the fact of the matter is when you are an individual like me, for example, I'm in my mid-40s. My husband's in his 50s. I have children. I have farm animals. I have responsibilities. None of this is inexpensive. Every bit of it is crazy right now. My feed bill, now I bought some extra things the other day. I will submit that to you. We're trying to stock up on some things right now. But blank, $500, just like that, on my farm animals. Not my kids, not my car, but for my farm. So we try to operate on a very debt-free, pushing to continue to be debt-free mentality and a working mentality. And that is what I feel, and James will say too, because we just talked before I did this video, is what has allowed us, along with time, to put us into the position that I think a lot of people see. And they think, oh, well, I can just go do that and have all these things. Folks, I remember growing up, and my grandparents, when they were in their 40s and their 50s, and they really were living a really awesome life. Here's the fact of the matter, though. My grandparents, before I was born, even to when I was born, were working multiple jobs. See, we don't think of side hustles. My papa was a side hustler. He had he would work at the University of Tennessee versus a gas company. Then he had a whole printing press in the side of his garage. He was a printer. He was also a painter. So people look at, I think, people that are in their, say, mid-40s, late 40s, 50s, early 60s, and we go, oh, wow, I'm going to have all that they have, and maybe they don't work. You miss the fact that all the things that they did to get there. And their old school mentality was to be debt-free and don't quit your day job. Regardless if you want to make a gospel album like they did and sing and do all the things they did on the side. They didn't give up their dreams. They didn't give up the things they want. But they worked. So with all the things that we're seeing right now, I want to encourage people to take a deep breath, make a plan, and to please verify that if you go out on a limb to do anything, even switching jobs at this point, okay, depending on your situation, I'm going to highly encourage you that you have 6 months to a year minimum nest egg. Meaning if you didn't go to work for an entire 6 months or more, and I'm being conservative, to be honest with you, you don't have to have a dime come into your home. Medical problems right now, as we are seeing, are rampant across the world. Imagine if something happened to you or your spouse today, or one of your children, and now all these medical bills are piling up. It's happening. This video is to encourage you. It is not to discourage you. It's not to be a Debbie Downer. It is to continue to encourage people to do the best that they can and to make a plan. When I got to the point where I said, okay, I hate my job. I hate where I work. I love the things that I do, but I hate where I work. And I want to be home with my small children because my children were very small. 3 little boys. And I wanted to be home with my babies. It helped me. I actually could get up and smile and go to work. Because once I got to the point where I realized, okay, I don't have to be here. I can change it if I want to. But you know what? We're going to stick this out. We got this far. I'm so proud that we've had this communication together as a married couple, and we've made a plan that works for our family and our future and for our finances and, all these things. So I could stick it out. So I want you to take a different perspective for 2023, maybe into 2024. Hang on. Look at this as reaching for a goal, and you're setting the stage. And if not, if something tragic comes down the road, look at it this way too. There may come a day here shortly where you go, thank God I didn't quit. Thank God I didn't get laid off. Thank God I've stuck it out and I've been able to, what if you decide to do this like I did? And let's say you stick it out till June and you're testing to see if you can make it on no income or one income or a little bit of income. I don't know. Okay. I'm just talking. And you say, but you know what? I'm going to do all these things on the side and I'm going to set myself on a schedule and say, I'm going to work till September 1st. Well, what if May comes like it did with me and you lose your job? It could happen. Happens every day right now. But look at it this way. If you set that goal right now and you save every dime that you're making between now and June or whenever, that's all that extra money that you've been able to set aside or pay off debt. And that's what I want you to think about today. I want people to be happy, absolutely. Okay? And like I said, I get this is not a one-size scenario, but I'm wanting to ring the bell again to let everybody know, if you've got a job right now, you better hang on to it. Make the best of it. In fact, make yourself the most valuable employee that they have. Don't let it be that they make the decision to get rid of you. You make the decision on when it's convenient for you to leave. But you're going to have to stick it out in order to get there. I say these things because I want people to be happy and healthy. And I know that financial stresses on people, individuals, guys, it's unbearable at times. And I want you to know that I'm just trying to communicate to my followers and people asking questions about what should they do. And I can't say exactly what I think you need to do for each individual situation because everything is different for each person. But I am encouraging you to think it out, pray it out, and you're probably going to be sticking it out. But if you've done all this work to prepare your mind for setting a goal here, you can do it. I know you can. Stay safe. Keep praying. Keep prepping. Stay peaceful. Like, subscribe, and share. And we appreciate you being here. We're looking out for you, and we appreciate you so much. We'll see you on the next video.